Good morning, everyone. This is my devotional for June 5th, 2020. Now, this devotional isn't like a lot of the other ones. I am actually recording this ahead of time because at the invitation and somewhat the command of our bishop and cabinet here in the Northern Illinois Annual Conference, am taking 3 days off. So I'm recording these videos ahead of time. They'll be posted each morning. And then for our church service this week, our bishop and the cabinet have recorded a worship service, and I'll be releasing that to you all in the normal places and in the normal ways. But for these 3 devotionals that aren't exactly live, I was trying to think, well, what can I do? A lot of times I use these devotionals to respond to whatever happens each day. And I don't know what's going to happen because I can't see the future, just like none of us can. So I thought that maybe these 3 devotionals would be a reflection on, frankly, what I consider the most important parts of the scriptures, the most important parts of what Jesus said to us. So I am going to be reading from the Gospel of Mark. I'm reading from Mark chapter 12. And this is Jesus' response to a question. One of the scribes came near and heard them disputing with one another, and seeing that he answered them well, he being Jesus in this case, the scribe asked him, "Which commandment is the first of all?" Jesus answered, "The first is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." And Jesus, lifting up these 2 commandments, is raised in various ways, also in the Gospel of Luke and the Gospel of Matthew. I would imagine he probably said it several times, because if something's important, you often do say it several times to make sure people remember it. So each of these 3 devotionals, while I'm away, I want to lift up one aspect of that commandment. And the first one, of course, is to love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind and strength. But what does that mean? Well, for me, it means first off, we look to God above all things in all our decisions and in all our aspects of daily life. Now, that's easy to say, it's hard to do. Frankly, I don't do it enough. I too often don't go to God in prayer before I have a major decision to make or before I am speaking about something or something else. But God calls us to look to God first. We do not look to material things, to wealth or power. Excuse me. We do not even look to our human relationships. Yes, there are people that we love more than our lives, our spouses, our friends, our children, our family, something along that line. And that's okay. And that's healthy. That's beautiful, in fact. But above all things, we look to God and how God might guide us. I believe that if we truly ground all of our decisions, all of our relationships, all of our life in God, that is how we can live out the call to love the Lord our God with all our heart and soul and mind and strength. So I invite you today to ponder, how can you love God and ground all aspects of your life in God? Even if you've been seeking to do that for many years, it's always good to reflect and to prayerfully reflect and to see how you're doing on this aspect of your faith. I hope that gives you something good to think about. May it speak to you, and may we all be open to how God is speaking to us. Prayers. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.